Welcome back to the channel, guys, and in today's video we are going to have a look at Obstagoon with OBSTRUCT. So Obstagoon recently was featured in a community day wherein it got this move, and it's a new move in the Pokemon Go scope. So what it does is it boosts the user's defense and lowers the opponent's defense as well. So although it does sound really good, but the damage output is really low. I think it's comparable to Power Up Punch. But the thing with Power Up Punch is the damage is gradually increasing, whereas like with Obstagoon or with OBSTRUCT, the damage is consistent. So earlier on, I had very difficulty in adjusting to this particular move because it takes 6 counters to get to an OBSTRUCT, whereas previously it used to get to either Night Slash or Cross Chop within 5 counters, and yeah, it was a bit tricky at first, but when I got the team composition right, I think I was able to get a lot of wins. And so far, my score with this team is around 12-3. So the set that I'm featuring is a 5-window set that I went with it. And apart from it, there are a few more battles which I played with the team that I used earlier. It was a double dark team, Nido, Scrafty, and Obstagoon, which didn't turn out really well. But this is a team which is very similar to the team that I ran in the Great League, which is Obstagoon, Nidoqueen, and Skarmory. So here, instead of Skarmory, we have Talonflame, but the idea is pretty much very similar to what we did in GL. And fortunately enough, we were able to get to Legend when in the last hour of the Great League. So yeah, we are Season 11 Legend. I have that BR pose, and yeah, let's start with the battles. So before we start with it, if you're new to the channel and you like our content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you're already subscribed to the channel, a big thanks to all of you. And if you're not and you love the content, do show your support. And if you want to join the Battlestar Discord server to interact with me or to get some tips on PvP, then the link there is in the description down below. So without further delays, let's start with the battles and see how the battle goes. So let's start with our first battle of the day, and we are in a Scrafty matchup. So not a good matchup for Obstagoon, especially since we are not running that cross chop. So I safe swap into Nidoqueen, and I say safe swap, but it's not necessarily my safe swap every time. It depends upon it varies upon the lead, and so we are not able to land the Surf Bar. The opponent gets the shield, and even though I was expecting them to bait, but it was a very big risk, and the risk was indeed huge because I would have definitely lost the switch there. So going for the Surf Bar again, I don't really like to bait in the Ultra League because people generally don't tend to shield, and Nidoqueen can survive an Earth Bar. So this time they went for a Poison Fang, so I'll be at a shield disadvantage, but I have managed to flip the switch. So they have a Registeel in the back, so this is quite good for me, especially because I would be able to pair Scrafty up against the Talonflame. But the downside is that Obstagoon really gets one shot with the Focus Blast, which you will see. And this time in this particular game, the Obstagoon is just fodder and just takes a Focus Blast to the face. But I think this puts me in a really comfortable spot because the Nidoqueen can survive 2 moves. I mean, the Registeel will have to throw 2 Focus Blast in order to knock me out, and even so, even I have to land 2 Earth Bars on it. So they managed to catch, or not. I think they did not catch. I threw that intentionally because from here on, what I'd like to do is I like to get a lot of energy on my Talonflame. If it's a Power Up Punch catch, it's really good, but it ends up being a foul play. So I think I'll just throw here immediately. Yes, because I think the Registeel would not be able to throw a Zap Cannon before I get to a Flame Charge of my own. And if I get to this Flame Charge, this will do massive amount of damage, and then potentially I can go for the Earth Bar. If not the Earth Bar, yeah, definitely with a few additional Poison Jabs, the Nidoqueen can go for a Poison Fang, and that Incinerate went through as well. So that's really nice now. And yeah, so I think you'll see, or I don't overfarm, but yeah, Poison Fang definitely will be able to knock out from here on. So yeah, good games. Moving on to the next one, and I probably should have edited this part out, not sure why this stayed on. So while we wait for the battles, my current elo is 2927 because I tried, as I said, I tried Nidoqueen Double Dark Beam, which didn't really went out, which didn't really work out, and I basically lost 100 points to that. So, so yeah, we are in a Swampert matchup. So it's good that we see Swampert here because in the back it's really going to be, it would have been a problem for us. So I go for this. What do we call it? This Obstruct, but the opponent swaps out, and in comes Toxicroak. So Toxicroak can really flip this matchup if they manage to land two Mud Bomb baits off on the Talonflame. So it will be quite difficult for me, and I tried to call it, but it ends up being a Sludge Bomb, and the Mud Bomb will barely not be able to knock me out, which is quite good for me because that will give less farm to that Swampert. So we go for this Flame Charge, not expecting them to shield here, but they end up shielding this, which was very surprising for me. And now I would have to go for a very aggressive farm down. I decide to let go of this Mud Bomb because I need to have an Earth Bar almost ready because of that Swampert in the back. So Swampert can really be a problem for me if not dealt with by this Nidoqueen. And fortunately enough, we are able to farm them down without without spending our shield. Swampert will come in, so I decide to shield because I am one Poison Fang away from Poison Jab away from a Earth Bar. So I farm some extra energy. Maybe watching out for a potential sack swap, and go for the Earth Bar. Earth Bar knocks out the Shadow Swampert, and in comes Registeel. So the game is still not over because, as I said, Obstagoon just get one shot with the Focus Blast, and Obstruct defense boost really does not help either. So again, I'll try to use this Obstagoon as a fodder to go for to take a Focus Blast and just basically get one shot here. Praying that I get to an Earth Bar, which I do, and this Earth Bar will definitely be able to knock out the Registeel. So in the first two games, the Obstagoon didn't really do much, but I think my win con was that I should really have to sack the Obstagoon there. So GG's. Moving on to the next one, and we are in a Defense Deoxys matchup. So in this, in Ultra League, the Defense Deoxys tend to run Psycho Boost and Rock Slide, and that's the reason I don't make a swap here. And after the Obstruct boost, this Night Slash will do a lot of damage to this Deoxys, and I'm taking lesser amount of damage with my Obstagoon. And looks like the opponent is going for a very aggressive farm down, but they'll need to spend shield here. And I would not have, if not for the Obstruct boost, I definitely would not have gotten to this Night Slash. So this matchup might be might have gotten better for Obstagoon here. I'm not 100% sure how the matchup went before that, but we get a very aggressive farm on our Nidoqueen. We are not shielding anything since we shielded the first Psycho Boost, and by judging it, I think they're not willing to swap out, which will give me a lot of energy. So let's see what they decide to come in with. So they come in with Wall Rain, and I go for a Poison Fang bait. Not really sure if I can call it a bait, but the opponent shielded there, which is quite nice for me. I mean, it ends up being very good for me because now I'll be able to throw this Earth Bar and make the swap. And at this point, I'm not really sure what they have in the back, so I'm trying to save my shield here. But I think I go for a farm down from this side, shield and farm down. If it's a Giratina in the back, it would be not really good. But let's see. So they have a Scrafty in the back, and I really should have done one more Incinerate before throwing my Brave Bird. But I didn't know at the time that Scrafty can survive a Brave Bird from full health. So yeah, an additional Incinerate would have done the job here. But yeah, the game is basically wrapped up because I did have a Nidoqueen in the back. So yeah, good games. Moving on to the next one, we are in an Obstagoon match. So this matchup is very dreadful. Like this matchup has now become very obnoxious, and they managed to catch an Obstruct onto their. Not really sure what was that. So they managed to catch on Sylveon, which is quite. I don't think that was an accidental swap, and what they're trying to do is maybe trying to draw out my Poison type. Maybe they're running Double Charm, Obstagoon Double Charm, or something like that. So I almost guessed it that at this point in my head I am thinking that they are running Obstagoon Double Jump, so I'll play that matchup accordingly. So this is most likely going to be an obstruct, so I'm not shielding it and as you can see, it basically does not do any damage. So this expecting it to be Night Slash, because going Night Slash after an obstruct bait is something that I like to do as well. But they get a boost here, which forces me to throw. Maybe I could have found some extra, but I didn't really want to take the counter damage and then potentially get jammed down. And I catch this move here, which I think is very critical because, again, as I said, I am playing this out based, judging by the fact that they are running double charm team, but they have a Cresselia in the back. So I go for Obstruct instead of Night Slash here because I want to lower their defense. So that's the entire reason that I went for it, and they cannot really farm me down, so they will have to throw. If they're not, so since they threw Moon Blast instead of Grass Knot, I recognize that they are running Moon Blast and Future Sight. So I want to lower their defense as much as I can, and again, they cannot farm us down because it's the Ultra League and things are crazy bulky here. So I lower their defense for the third time, and I think from here on, I think Talonflame can basically wrap up the game. So they are again forced to throw, and I'm not shielding Nidoqueen. I probably could have shielded it and then poison jabbed on, but I didn't want to jeopardize this potential 500 set. So yeah, GG's. Move on to the next one, picking up a negative lead in form of this Galvantula. So I swap into my only swap that I have for it into Nidoqueen, and at this point I thought that I probably would have lost. I probably have lost the game. So yeah, but they go for this Bubble Beam, and I go for this Earth Pass straight away. I want to fire up this move as soon as I can, which basically does not do any damage. Jellicent is very bulky in the Ultra League, so I myself am like trying to make a Jellicent of my own. I am like maybe 90 XLs away, so yeah, trying to make a Jellicent. But in my opinion, Jellicent has really lost his viability after Registeel got the Zap Cannon. We are able to catch a Shadow Ball onto the Obstagoon, which is huge, because this will definitely this definitely indicates me that Jellicent is out of energy, and Jellicent is so low. I think I can manage my plays around it with my backline. We get a boost as well, and this will really force my opponent to throw, but apparently they do not. They probably would want to shield here. So yeah, so they go for a shield and they are going for a farm down, but I would have gotten to another charge move. So great counting from them, throwing at the right time. But at this stage, in the hindsight, I could have thrown this move, but this will not KO me. So yeah, it was a CMP dice. That was quite unfortunate. But let's see how it goes. I undercharge, and we both of us swapped at the same time. But since I am ahead on shield, I can afford to shield this, or I don't shield. Yeah, I knew that, but I did not, because I recognized that it was going to be a bubble beam, and I did not want to take another bubble beam, and that's the reason I threw this flame charge, which is enough to knock out the Jellicent. And in comes this Mandibus, and in my head, I was going already like I've lost this game because there is no way I can win this one. So yeah, but I'm still 2 shields up, so let's see how it will go. So they are running Air Slash Mandibus as well, which is doing some additional damage on my Talonflame. So we go for this Brave Bird. I really should have gone for a bait here, because that most likely would have gotten the shield. So we go for this Poison Fang debuff, and yeah, not really looking good for us. Yeah. So I think they are at 2 moves. Not really sure why they. You'll see something weird happen. I thought they definitely were at 2 moves, or it was a CMP die. I don't know. Maybe you can let me know in the comment section down below if Mandibus was already at 2 moves. But yeah, it turns out well for us that we are able to farm them down. And yeah, so that's my 5-window set, and I feel like that this is a very good team. Similar-ish team is doing well for me in the Great League as well. I hit Legend with it. So yeah, moving on to the battles that I did initially with this team. Not this team, but with Obstruct, Obstagoon, and yeah, I tried to play smart here by catching onto the Shadow Ball, which I did, and my opponent also tried to be cheeky here by catching my potential foul play, but I anyway was going to go for an overfarm, and that's the reason I went for. I was able to throw this power punch. Well, seeing this team, Trevenant and bagged with the Dark Poison, I'm expecting another Dark Poison in the bag. So, yeah, I think it should be very good for my Obstagoon. But even the better thing is that I'm able to farm down this Gun Tank. So, yeah, as I said, that there is another Dark Poison in the bag. So, Drapion comes out, and we are able to fire off another Para Punch onto that thanks to the overfarm we got on the Gun Tank. So we are farming a bunch of extra energy, and at this stage, the Obstagoon can't handle the rest. I'll just absorb all the damage coming in from this Drapion. And fortunately enough, since we banked a lot of energy, we can afford to go for not throw here. And I knew it was Seed Bomb because I was counting, and since it threw the Shadow Ball and did like 3 or 4 Shadow Claws, so that was definitely a Seed Bomb. So we go for this Poison Fang, potentially to grab the shield. So the shield, which is quite nice, and now I'll make a swap to my Obstagoon, and yeah, my opponent recognizes that they cannot win from here, and they quit the game. So yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, and we are in an Obstagoon matchup. So this is a positive matchup for Nidoqueen, I suppose, but maybe like after Obstruct, not sure. So in comes Cresselia, and I'll try to be a bit cheeky here by by trying to maybe catch Future Sight or not. Not really sure what I'm trying to do here. So we end up taking a Future Sight to the face, and yeah, not really looking good for us. So this is definitely going to be a Moonblast because Future Sight Grass, not a lot of people run that. So I farm a bunch of extra energy and going for this foul play, which by the way is not enough to knock out Cresselia. Cresselia is super tanky. In the hindsight, I could have gone into Obstagoon as well, but yeah, I misplayed this particular round like heavily. So investing 2 shields on my Scrafty, putting faith in good old Scrafty, and I feel like Scrafty is a better counter dark user than Obstagoon. So I am able to catch this potential Brave Bird. Yeah, definitely it's going to be a Brave Bird, right? Because they would not have looked to spend the shield. So this puts me in a very favorable spot because I do have a foul play ready with me, and Talonflame is dry on energy. So if they shield, this is very good for me because I think I'll be able to, or they do not shield. I think my opponent recognized what was going on there. So we will be able to get to this foul play, which is good for me because now I'll either get the shield or take down Cresselia. So Cresselia shields, which is nice for me, and the timer was not up. I was trying to make the catch there, but since my opponent did not swap out, I think they have something weak to Obstagoon, but they have their own Obstagoon in the back, which is okay for me. I just need to have a Night Slash stored with me before I go. And since the Obstagoons are not running cross shop anymore, it's just a very tedious battle to watch on. So I need to farm them down, which is my only win con. And Obstruct does not do any sort of damage. So here I think I go for the Night Slash. Yeah, I go for the Night Slash, and let's see if Night Slash will be enough to knock them out or not. So Night Slash is not enough to knock out Cresselia, but yeah, we are able to get to another one thanks to that Obstruct boost that we had, and yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, and I think this is where things start going south for me with this team. So we are in a Talonflame lead. So this is a good lead for Nidoqueen unless we take a Brave Bird to the face. I generally shield the first charge move from Talonflame, and it's a Flame Charge this time, so this is good for me. And in comes Wall Rain. So I think I have this in the bag unless they are running something really bad for me or whatnot. But let's see. So this is the part where I just go straight for a punch to knock the shit out of this Wall Rain, and let's see how it goes. So they'll throw this Icicle Spear, which is not enough to knock us out. We are able to farm them down, which is quite nice. And in comes Talonflame, so I throw one counter and then go for the Foul Play. This definitely will get the shield here. So we are at a shield advantage now, and I'm fast move. I'm trying to be very accurate with my fast move timings. So they go for this. I think this is going to be a flame charge, but since we are so ahead on energy, we can go for another Poison Fang, and this Poison Fang would be enough to knock them out. I really think that Shadow Nidoqueen is better here because the damage output coming in from Shadow Nidoqueen is just too huge. But since I don't have enough XL to make a Shadow one, this is the only thing that I'm playing with. But definitely, I think if you have a Shadow, then definitely you Shadow over the normal Nidoqueen. And in comes another Registeel, which is not quite something that I really enjoy playing up against. So I end up shielding a Zap Cannon, which is not the thing that I was looking to. So you'll see me messing up in the towards the end, because as you can see, the Registeel is very low. Maybe it's in Poison Fang range as well, which obviously I'll get to, but I mess up by trying to go for the Earth Power and barely like losing by one turn. So I think I would have gotten this match had I thrown the Poison Fang onto the Reggie. But yeah, it is what it is. So we go back again to the first game. I'm not really sure it's the order reverse or something, but this is probably from the another set. Maybe I don't really know that why I put this here, but since it's already there, yeah, I specifically know. So I put this one because earlier without Obstruct, the Obstagoon gets KO'd within two Moonblasts, but now Obstagoon won't get KO'd with two Moonblasts in this particular matchup. It will be able to take the second one to the face, provided you go for an Obstruct the first time. So as you'll be able to see here that the second Moonblast does not really give, and they'll not be able to farm you down. So this is quite nice, and they make the change. They make the swap into Tapu Fini, and since I obviously cannot go to my Talonflame, I come in with my Nidoqueen. At least both of us are doing a super effective damage to each other. But the Poison Fang, Poison Jabs along with Poison Fang really will add up over time. So we go for this Poison Fang, and the opponent is I didn't really want to spend another shield on the Nidoqueen, and that's the reason I threw. So either way, I'll get the shield as I did. And unfortunately enough, I think I do not shield here. But we barely survived this one, and both of us KO at the same time. So it will depend on like what Pokemon they have in the back. Yeah, but I think the main purpose of adding this video here was specifically to show that Cresselia matchup, like the difference Obstruct has made here. One of the difference that Obstruct has made in this particular matchup. So yeah, we are in this. I think the game is basically wrapped up for us. Especially not really sure. I think my only win con here would be, since this Scrafty gets a lot of farm down on me, and I go for this Obstruct because I want to lower their defense, and my only win con is to call a Para Punch bait here, which they do, and I think if they had thrown two foul plays, they really would have gotten to that. Maybe the debuff scared them off or something. They did not shield this move as well, so not really sure what they did. They definitely had a win con. They just had to go for two foul plays, which I in my opinion, I think they would have really gotten to it. So yeah. Anyways, GG's to my opponent. Moving on to the next game, it's a horrible lead for us, and we swap into Talonflame, and this is the part wherein I was really confused whether to swap into Talonflame or on Nidoqueen, because both of these Pokemons are hard counter to Nidoqueen, and the opponent really will have the counter to both of them. So in comes Jellicent, which is a very good counter to both Nidoqueen and Talonflame, and that's the entire reason I am building one for myself. So they go for the Bubble Beam bait, and this is the second time that we are debuffed, so this Brave Bird is not going to do enough damage. So we go for this Brave Bird, which obviously won't get shielded, and we are barely not able to get to the Flame Charge. So this Jellicent is just going to go down on the Obstagoon by throwing the Bubble Beam, but Defense Deoxys comes out, and I don't really need to get out of this matchup because this is my best because Obstagoon is really not worth anything against the Nidoqueen, sorry, the Ninetales. But I have to bank in my head. It was going that I have to bank a move for Jellicent because Jellicent is still very healthy. So they go for the Psycho Boost, and yeah, the defense from Deoxys is very healtly as well, and it's a triple XL team. So yeah, can't really complain here, but yeah, it is what it is. I think I know that I'm going to lose this one because, as I said, Jellicent is very healthy, and I will not be able to swap out since our switch clocks are misaligned. So it's a wrap for us. I would say in this particular game, I was trying to make a catch before taking another Bubble Beam to the face, but that didn't really happen. So we take the Bubble Beam, and at this stage, the game is definitely wrapped up because the Nidoqueen is far too low to do any damage to to the Ninetales. I don't know. I keep saying Nidoqueen, but yeah, it's basically wrapped up. Had I not taken that Bubble Beam, I think we might have we might have some chance there, but with that damage in place, I don't think that we have any. So yeah, Nidoqueen will go down to this Weather Ball, and that's it for this particular video, guys. If you enjoyed watching it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.